A reading from the Gospel of Mark. Then they sent to Jesus some Pharisees and some Herodians to trap him in what he said. And they came and said to him, "Teacher, we know that you are sincere and show deference to no one, for you do not regard people with partiality, but teach the way of God in accordance with truth. Is it lawful to pay taxes to the emperor or not? Should we pay them or should we not?" But knowing their hypocrisy, Jesus said to them, "Why are you putting me to the test? Bring me a denarius and let me see it." And they brought one. Then he said to them, "Whose head is this, and whose title?" They answered, "The emperor's." Jesus said to them, "Give to the emperor the things that are the emperor's, and to God the things that are God's." And they were utterly amazed at him. We have here in the Gospel of Mark this famous account of Jesus outwitting those religious authorities who had come to trap him. They were trying to trap him into saying something in open rebellion against the powers that be, or revealing himself to be a tool of that occupying force by trying to give him a yes-no question, a black and white, choose one narrow answer. They set it up that way, and Jesus amazed the crowds and no doubt frustrated his questioners by finding a third way, by not giving in to the trap of the question, and by answering in a way that was both true but not falling into the false dichotomy that had been set up for him. And I think in these days of the fractiousness of our country and where we have things drawn in great big bold strokes in opposite, sometimes very opposite ends of the spectrum, we hear a lot of false choices put before us, a lot of false dichotomies. Do you believe in science or do you believe in religion? Are you a church person or are you a Christian, or do you believe in the betterment of all humanity? All kinds of things are floating around, flying around in our social media, especially these days, even on our mainstream networks. Their news coverage is so polarized that every day we engage with that kind of messaging, we are being asked, it seems, to make a choice, yes or no, black or white. We are called as Christians, as faithful Christians, to be as wise and canny and as wide thinking as Jesus is in his response here, and not allow ourselves to become ensnared or entrapped by questions that are posed by people with an agenda. You know the places in your life where this applies to you. I encourage you to think on this story from Jesus and how he was able to hold true to what he valued and not allow others to box him into a corner and say something he didn't mean to say. May God be with you this week as you continue in these fractious times, that you might continue to be true to God, true to yourself, true to the gospel, and not drawn in by anybody's false questions. Amen.